What's he getting?
Sour D.
Ah, sativa guy, huh?
Yes, sir.
He's excellent. He'll get you there and back and make you happy. Now, you need something to go on top of that. The sour D is good for the day, but do you have something for the evening time?
Yeah, we already talked about the sugar. So he's going with
the cannabis sugar.
He's going with the gram of the cannabis, or he's going with the gram of the sour diesel with a half gram of the cannabis sugar.
Cool. Excellent.
Here you go, man.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Go ahead and keep that sealed until your final destination, or at least 1,000 feet from here.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Have fun, man. See you later.
Looking out, brother.
You too.
Go in peace. When you hit that, hold it in. Take a deep breath. Then take 3 deep breaths afterwards.
Yeah, because it's
Right.
going to make you cough real hard.
Yeah. So to avoid the cough, just take 3 deep breaths. Get the air back in your lungs, all right?
All right.
And then exercise.
No problem.
Go in
Thank you.
peace.
I'm Jennifer Valley. I'm a single mother of 2 teenage daughters. I'm a PTA president at my daughter's school, and I also work as a stand-up and a TV writer and producer. And I came to Steve's Collective today to pick up some medication. I like his style, I like his shop, and that's why I came.
I have scoliosis and tied with a fractured vertebrae, so it just creates a lot of back pain and just uncomfortableness. Usually, during the day, I'll stick with the sativas, so I'll get all tired and stuff. And then at nighttime, I'll just usually indica just to help me sleep.
I got my medical marijuana card last year. I have been a marijuana user for years. I find that it calms me down. I was diagnosed with kind of an anxiety disorder, and I didn't like taking medications. I just didn't like the way it made my body feel, and smoking marijuana or eating it or any way that I get it in me just calms me down, makes me feel better, and I have no side effects whatsoever.
My name is Frederick Geronimo Burks, Calmer Jr. Jr. I'm a musician. I actually came to Los Angeles, for the purpose of pursuing my career as a musician, songwriter, producer, publisher. Well, I've heard that, it helps cure people from anxiety if you're really, really depressed and overworked, or you're really hyper, it can calm you down. And believe it or not, it works that way for me. I'm kind of a very, very active person, and to relax, to mellow you out. It's cool. It's just and it doesn't give me a panic high, or whatever, or a paranoia high. It just relax you. It helps you to meditate and think better.
My name's Chip Monk, but it's with an O instead of a U, so that's a little consolation. But I'm originally from Kentucky, and I've been coming out to California for about the last 12 years off and on. I didn't have a lot of access to medical marijuana, I guess, obviously back in Kentucky, and I definitely needed it for the medical purpose, so it was refreshing to come out here and finally not have to deal with, the fear of having marijuana and getting in trouble for it.
I'm from Brooklyn. Music brought me to LA. I was on tour with Onyx, and this was my pit stop. I came to LA, I kind of fell in love with it, and I didn't leave, It was kind of like a home away from home, So LA is a more relaxed place than New York. I had a car accident, and this guy rear-ended. I was in passenger side, and my girl was driving, and he rear-ended us, and I had terrible back pain. So opposed to keep taking Vicodins and stuff like that, I would just smoke a joint, and the pain would be more relaxing than me hooked on Vicodins half the day and can't, accomplish nothing. So that's when I got it.
It was April last year. I found out that I had ulcers, and basically I'd been sent to the emergency room, and I was told that the reason why my ulcers flared was because I quit smoking weed. And when I quit smoking weed, I guess my ulcers flared, and the doctor actually recommended, my doctor that performed the surgery and everything recommended that I started using marijuana as one form, because the other two medications that they had at the time were both condensed human fecal matter, and I said no, I wasn't about to eat.
Well, if I wasn't using it, I would probably be on a high stress level, because I have a lot of things going on in my life, and I actually find that it's cheaper too than actually seeing a regular medical doctor, though I did see a regular medical doctor to get my prescription in the first place. But the fact taking Prozac or Zoloft or any of those drugs, I just didn't want to do. I'd seen the effects it had on friends of mine, and since I've smoked marijuana before I even got my card, I knew the effects it had on my body and the positive effects it had on my mental and physical health.
It relieves a lot of stress. I get depressed easy, get down on myself. So it's a great alternative to pharmaceuticals, which I detest, because I used to take care of my dad. He was elderly, and he was on a lot of medications, and it was more hampering than helpful.
Honestly, if I don't smoke, I won't eat. I don't get hungry. The next thing is, if I don't smoke, after about a week and a half, my ulcers will flare, and I don't know how long it will take for me I don't know, honestly, the extent of my disease, but I know that if I keep on throwing up blood, eventually I'll die. So I actually need to smoke it at a certain point. Like, there's maybe, I haven't tried for a while to go off for longer than a month. But last time I did flare, and then I started smoking again, and it went away.
Marijuana, to me, has not just affected my life, but I think it has played an important part on a lot of people's lives, especially the music culture itself. If you like a little humor, I have a story I could tell you. I had an opportunity at one time to actually do a show with Bob Marley at the Roxy years ago. But I was playing with Lil Anthony and the Imperials. I was playing bass with them. The drummer in our band actually, for the first time, took a hit off of some real ganja, and it actually knocked him off the drums. It was like one of the most funniest things that I ever seen.
My dad was, a user of marijuana, and definitely for medicinal, being in his 70s and having heart disease, diabetes. I definitely saw the medical benefits, because when he had it, he was definitely, happy and tell stories and have a good appetite. And if he didn't have any, he'd be calling me every name in the book and just seemed miserable, So I really got a good feel for the medical purposes of it through him. And so I'm, definitely an advocate now for that reason.